Okay, so now that we covered on how to make icons, it's a simple rinse and repeat. Your ability to create icons is now endless. Just make sure you have this page set to the scale, that this is the right scale. This is a 1/4 inch scale, but if you are copying and pasting icons or doing a snapshot from a already scaled drawing with a scaled icon so that you can make them and match them, make sure you're pasting that icon on the page. You're setting the scale to the page of the same scale where you took the icon, so that way when you match them side by side, that you know that when you add them back to the tool chest and you set the scale which they're built in, that all of that matches. Okay, so now we can move on to the next set. So here's some really cool things. So number one, these design tools. Most people know this already, but I'm going to go over this one more time. Is that if I have a design tool, for example, this is a polylink tool, and I want to say label this Cat6 cable, and I want to make a whole tool chest of cable runs, different types of cables. So I can go in here in tool chest. I can say manage tool sets. I can add and make another one. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm going to be working the My Tools, but this would be a cable. So I'm going to right click here and I'm going to go add to tool chest to My Tools. Now, okay, that's great, John. You just did a standard cable. Now you can see that it's going down to scale here, which let me just double check the scale on this page. Oh, I have the scale set here, 1/8 inch equals 1 foot. It should be 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. Okay, that should make a little more sense now. So I'm going to go add to tool chest. Actually, that should be fine because there is my set. Now that I have this icon in my tool chest, if you double click on it, it goes to properties mode. So now that you put that one Cat6 cable, you got it here. You can also right click and duplicate. Now you can say this would be, coax cable for those who know what that is. You can right click again and go duplicate and say this is 18.2 cable. Okay, now you go, wait, John, these are all blue. Well, then you can click on the tool chest that you want to use, or this 18.2. You can go over settings and then you can change the color. Say that one can go to green. Now you're going to go to this guy here and you're going to change that to say magenta. So now what you did is you have one drawing tool, say for cable. Now you created 3 different cable tools here, and each one is its own auto scaling label. Remember, you built in the correct scale, which is 1/4 inch. That's a 1/4 inch, and then you added it, double clicked, and now it can scale up and down to the drawing size based on your auto scaling mechanism here, which right here, this is 1/4 inch, so anything built in 1/4 inch goes in here. Make sure it's all 1/4 inch. Pretty basic stuff. The next is auto scaling tools. You can do some really neat things here with, this is a label and a little box that I made, and you could select both of these guys here in a group. You can go Control G to group them, right click, add to My Tools. Now you have a box and a label. You can right click and say sequence define cr.1-. Now the secret here is you want to leave, this is like space holders for these 2 counting mechanisms. And now what I have is an auto scaling, auto counting label. And you can see here that if I mess with the scale a little bit and I go down to 1/8 inch, this will scale down to 1/8 inch. So I have an auto scaling, auto counting label, which is totally cool. So basically what you do is you create your little circle or a square. You can put a text box in the middle. You group them together. You can add them to your tool chest, right click, go sequence, define. You type in the same prefix without the 2 counting spots, and you can create auto counting labels that look pretty. Okay, so this icon, which is pretty cool, is you can embed icons with how-to videos. So once you create a video, whether you put on YouTube or a different hosted site like Camtasia with screencast.com, you can then right click on any icon. You can go to edit action. You can put the hyperlink inside of the icon, and once that's set, you could right click and you could add that to your tool chest, and now that icon has an embedded hyperlink in it, which you could have within the tool chest that you build. You can put training videos so people know how to use them, right? So it's really cool. So you can build a new tool set. You can make a training video on the tools that you built and how to use them for your colleagues getting started. So those are just a couple really neat things for building tool sets. You can get creative with these tool sets. You can have fun with them. You can add links and hyperlinks and images, and you can create auto counting sequences. And one of the big power of using the auto scaling feature is that you can build one tool and one set of icons and have it scale to just about any drawing.